excited to have Viktoria Franova with us, and she will tell you all about her dance career, all about her feelings about it, all about her ideas about dance. So I'm very excited and welcome.
Thank you, Yurga. Yeah, it's nice to have this time to chat, right?
Yes. So right away, I would like to start with the first question, and the first question is, how did your dance career start?
I was always dancing ever since I was a little girl. You know, I would dress up when we had guests in house. I would dress up in something that was a princess-like outfit, and then I would go and float and, you know, do a little performance. I was always that girl, dancing non-stop. At first, I started with ballet. That was what I knew. That was what my friends were doing. So I joined the ballet studio, and I did ballet for 7 years, and I loved it.
That's a long time.
It's a long time, yeah. Until I saw Latin American dancing on TV once, and literally the tears running through my face. I was like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. And I was quite old. I was 12 years old. And I saw this, and I was like, I want to do this. Where? And I didn't know. And that year, there was a couple in my town that started to teach kids. It didn't even exist. It it was exactly the year when I asked for it.
Coincidence.
Yeah, coincidence. So then for a couple of years I did the ballet and Latin American and ballroom at the same time, and then a little bit later on I focused on Latin and ballroom.
Excellent. Very interesting. So did you have a partner right away, or you started as a single and then eventually got a partner?
I was without partner at first. My mom talked into dance one of her friend's sons. and a funny story, we didn't know each other at all. And I remember standing in front of the dance studio with my friend, and this boy is biking past us, and he saw us standing there, and he continued and biked away and never turned up that day. And later on we laughed. It was Mario, my first dance partner, which I danced with later for 7 years. But we laughed about this situation so many times because he saw us there, and at the time, me and my friend, we used to wear this super, super tight hair. We looked so serious and strict, and he thought, no. I don't want that.
Not for you.
But I think his mom made him come back.
I see.
And then we danced together for 7 years. So.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Okay, let's move on to the second question. Can you share with us what helped you on your journey to becoming vice champion of the world? And were there specific moments or strategies or mindset that made the biggest difference for you?
I think my mom and dad, for sure, they were the type of parents who just always supported me and were there. They were not pushy parents. I know there are many different styles of parenting children in sport and in dance. They were the type that I just always felt very nurtured and loved and supported. They were there when I needed it, and then they were also good to take a step back. So I think that, and then the second thing is I truly love dance. I truly love dance. I couldn't get enough. And to me, the motivation was, how far can I get? Because when I was a kid, I could feel I think I'm good at this. Like, let's see how far. And I didn't see any limit. And I was like, okay, can I just keep on going? Can I just, win some trophies? That's fun. Yeah. That's curiosity, I guess. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Where do you find inspiration for your dancing? Is it people or places or even,
different? I guess anything and everything can be inspiration for me. I mostly recharge, renew, and feel inspired when I'm in nature. Just simply a complete clear out, and then things come to me. when I was competing, sometimes the inspiration would come from unexpected places. Like even I was obviously very much into my dance costumes, and sometimes the inspiration would come from a costume, the other way around. Like
Yes,
I'm thinking
yes.
mostly it would be from dancing to costume, but sometimes it was the other way around. So I think anything and everything. And I think that when the inspiration is not there, it's probably when it's too much of a one thing, so opening my mind to different styles, and watching that flamenco and watching that hip hop show, and just seeing people doing things differently in different styles, approaching things completely differently, that's always expanded my horizon, and I continue to do that.
That's wonderful. What about people do you have, like when you were, let's say, growing up and getting better, who was your like inspiration, idol, let's say, like that?
Yeah. So that story that I already told you, that when I saw the dancing on TV, before I even knew that something called Latin American dance existed, it was actually Biba Ketoft and Alan Tonsberg on TV. And they were dancing their world championships, and she was wearing this iconic golden dress. Maybe you even remember that big sequin dress. And I was like, this is a goddess.
Gorgeous.
Like, this is a goddess. I want this. My hair was standing, and I was like, and she has been, I guess, my inspiration through the first many years. And it's just, this image is so imprinted, and many of these competitions, and I grew up in the former Czechoslovakia, and we didn't have access to the teachers, we didn't have access to the knowledge, we were not able to travel, but I think perhaps that was one of the ingredients that made it even more mysterious and exciting. And when we did see those videotapes with a really bad quality, it was like all black dots, but I could see, Donnie Burns and Gaino Fairweather, like big inspiration, Lorraine and Peter Maxwell, all these legends. I remember to this day, like, what were they doing, and what was she wearing and all that. So that left a massive imprint on me.
Amazing. Like right now we have so much information, but then really we just sucked it up, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. What drives you in dancing when you were competing? Because of course, to stay driven for a long time, that's I think it's a tough one.
It is. The progress drove me more than the medals. I mean, yes, I was ambitious. I wanted to win competitions, but that was not really the everyday drive. Was the progress and the feeling of the high as a dancer you get when you feel like you crack just another layer of something, and something you can add, something, coordination you can improve, where you feel you are going places, you are mastering something you haven't been, because we are always that balance of, are we putting on too much information, which sometimes we do, we need to, right, all the time nurture and gain more knowledge, and then sometimes it becomes too much, and then it's maybe a little bit too little, to hit that area where you are just enough challenged, but you feel like you are mastering it. That's incredible. And to feel that feeling when you are actually able to do it in a competition, I mean, that's a high, right?
Amazing.
And we all go after that. And then to experience even the next level where you feel like some magic happens in some competitions, right?
Yes.
That can keep us really going.
Yeah, that is really exciting to feel. Yeah, I can relate to that, definitely. Yeah. What do you consider to be your strength in dancing?
I think my strength is communication. For me, dance is a form of language, and I always feel like I'm talking. I'm relating to my partner. So when there's something, it's how does it relate to my partner? How does the body orientation? How is the proximity? And all these non-verbal communication. I find it exciting, and I think perhaps is my strength.
Excellent. What about What aspect of your dancing you needed to work the most?
Okay, so I tell you what I felt the most like, I guess, inferior. I was never a very flexible dancer. You know, it didn't come naturally to me. So I had to work on it.
I see. Of course, everybody, we all have our own things.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I did my choreography. I tried to do my choreography so that it wouldn't be as perceivable, right?
I
It
would
wouldn't be-
never think. I remember very, very vivid. I remember you in German Open, and I thought, oh my God, this woman. You were beautiful, beautiful on the floor. And I could never tell that you're not flexible. So
Thank
you're,
you.
I mean, it worked. When, let's say, you face stress or disappointing results, for example, in dancing, how did you handle those things?
You know, there were times where it felt like a life and death kind of a situation where the success was everything and the failure was everything. And I think what me and my partner Klaus Cocktail, we were good at being a team. So when one was wobbly, the other one stood up to the occasion, and we supported each other. And I really felt that really, very strongly as a team, always cooperating, always lifting each other. So for that, I'm very thankful.
Very nice. But what about, like, let's say, would you panic, or you would be more calm one? You would process everything inside, or you would, you know, how would you? What was your feeling? Because everybody handles it differently, right?
Are you talking about competition stress?
Yeah.
or-
So either way, because it's stress. So disappointment. Of course, we all had disappointment, but I feel before, let's say, the competition, and you know it's important one.
You know, I would be the one actually getting nervous quite a long time before the competition, and very nervous before stepping onto the floor. Once
So
I stepped,
did you have anything to do? Did you, like, what did you do to get rid of that?
movement, yeah, just you know, kind of shake it out and move your body. And I learned quite early in my career that it's important to me acknowledge, you know, because at one point that was really popular, this positive, always say something positive, you know. Oh yeah, yeah, I feel so good. Oh, yay, let's go. No, actually acknowledge what's going on, you know, be really honest. Okay, I'm super nervous. Okay, what do I do this, and how does that feel? Okay, breathe through it, meditate, take a moment, and then change. Think about what is the intention. Go into, I would go just mechanically go through some choreography, you know, going through it, and just going through it mechanically can sometimes completely change and switch the mood, right? So not looking for the amazing feeling, you know what I mean? Just forgetting about that for a second. Okay, now I'm just moving my body, and right now maybe let's focus on how am I, that muscular activity in my body, and squeezing, turning, twisting. How does that feel? Go into, yeah, okay, and then suddenly things somehow fall into place. Yeah, I think that would be probably my technique. But I would be nervous until the second I step on the floor. I'm not nervous once I'm on that floor. Somehow, yeah, you know, this is the moment, and I feel right. I feel very right to be performer on the dance floor, even though I'm nervous before I step out.
Very interesting. What was your typical day when you were practicing?
A lot of the days we would practice 2 times a day. Once we were able to fully focus on the dancing, when there wasn't any school anymore, we would do practice twice a day. So we would go in the morning and then again in the evening, and maybe even some extra support practice, physical training, things like that. we were for many years lucky to be supported by the Team Denmark organization, which supports the top athletes in Denmark. So that gives us a lot of space and freedom, really be there fully committed to the dancing. Yeah, so we would spend most of the day dancing.
So let's say approximately, from coming in, coming out, how many hours a day you think?
I would do maybe 2 hours in the morning and maybe 2 or 3 hours in
That's
the evening.
pretty solid. Wow.
Yeah. But then we didn't have any, we didn't have any worry other than that. Now as a parent, there's
That's different. Yeah. All right. What's your advice on partnering in dance, and how did you build connection, communication, and trust with your partner?
So my partner was Clarence Congsdale for the most of the years, and to me, building trust and connection with him was easy because he's a super likable, kind, sweet creature. So number one, I would say choose wisely. And actually, it was my wish. I was in London, I was looking for a partner, and I remember thinking, I actually want to dance with someone who is nice. Because I was aware that this is gonna be my life, this is gonna be like 24/7, you're going through ups and downs. And I've seen how it looks like sometimes when it's not, so, and I didn't want that.
Right?
So I made that wish, and he turned up. So we were really good friends. We were really close friends, supporting each other in ups and downs.
That's so important. All right. And what advice would you give to the next generation of dancers?
I think, this generation is different. In this time of instant gratification, I think the biggest challenge is actually to be willing to put the work in. And somehow in dancing, you can't skip it. You can't skip the years and the hours in a dance studio and the kilometers on the dance floor. So I would say my advice would be find the pleasure in the process. I find that the kids are very focused on the end result and becoming the star and winning. Find the pleasure and the fun in the process, so that you really truly you're not gonna love every hour of the practice. You're gonna go through ups and downs and struggles and so on. But I actually love most of my practices. That's how I feel. I loved most of my competitions. So really love that process, and to me, process would mean the non-stop striving to improve and to improve constantly in your own eyes and in the feeling of the dancing, that you constantly feel that you grow as a dancer, as a person.
Thank you so much for all your wisdom. It was so nice talking to you.
Thank you. Pleasure. Really
I
pleasure.
hope to talk to you in the future.
Yeah, let's do it.